I just want to call this segment Mind My Own Business. As it's kind of difficult and hard for me to mind my own business in regards to what's going on in our world today, in Bahamas, in America, and in the social media network, pop culture, political world, uh, the economy. We have a new value-added tax that Bahamians can expect in January. So a lot of things is happening. We have President Obama. He just visited Cuba and met with the president of Cuba the other day, and they're talking about um, resolving the issues the embargo issue actually, what they had for 50 years or more, and how that will impact our nation greatly. My take on all this is going on, especially one of the most sensitive and the biggest issues that are being in the news lately, the race issue and revenge and retaliating killing of the police officers, New York City police officer, and me being a black Bahamian young man. I condemn it. I don't think it is right. It is not the message of Dr. Martin Luther King. It is not a message that we want to send as black people. We want to send a message of peace, a message of justice for injustice, not a matter of retaliation. You know, it is not good. In his mind, his thinking, he might have done something wrong. The only thing he has done is infuse more fire. It's unfortunate those are Eric Gardner and the other guy that was killed. It's very unfortunate, and I express my sincere condolence. Uh, really, reading and seeing on Twitter newsfeed and on Facebook newsfeed and going on YouTube and watching the news and the videos of everything that's going on, it caused me to actually sympathize with my brothers and sisters overseas on my own Facebook page. Because even though we are predominantly dominated by blacks, we have a lot of discrimination and prejudiceness of our own in our own nation. And believe it or not, we have class of the race, uh, social classes. You know, basically we have the lower class, middle class, upper middle class, upper lower class, and the rich and the mega rich, and we have classes, we have clashes, we have cultural differences, we have all that going on in our own personal nations amongst our own people, and then we have basically we have many indifferences. We have such as crimes, indifferences in regards of how we should deal with crime, how we should resolve the issue. Should we criticize the police? Should we criticize the victims? Should we criticize the killers? Should we criticize the government? Should we blame them? But a lot is happening. Me personally, I don't want to voice my personal opinion. I only want to touch on certain things that I've heard and I've read. And I think it is a big issue. Crime is a big issue in our nation. We're killing up each other. We're black. We should be proud. We should be educated about our history, past, present, and future. We should not be incited to kill no other nationalities. Jamaican, Haitian, Bahamian, all of them are our brothers, our sisters, our cousins. We should be on killing each other. We should be able to resolve those negative emotions by educating ourselves and learning about our history and our culture and learning how to love ourselves and forgive our brothers and sisters, because we live in a proclaim a Christian nation, and being a Christian nation, one must know how to forgive his brother, one must know how to forgive his sister, one must know how to love. For if God is love, then we should love also. I'm reminded of 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 a message that Malcolm X spoke on. He said, "Bite the bullet. all about, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it the right way, but basically that it's along those lines. And he talks about black young men and women should be consistently involved in the politics of their nation, and should be involved in all major aspects, social aspect, economic aspects of what's going on in their country to affect change. And he talks about the importance of voting, and which is very, very relevant to this day and age. We should not have a lackadaisy attitude and mentality when it comes about voting, because people have died. Many have died for that right, and then we take it for granted. These are challenging times. These are hard, difficult times, and it's not about being better or different than our brothers and sisters locally, internationally, or of different race and different nationalities, because we are all suffering as a human body and as humanity as a whole. One person suffered, the whole culture suffers. And with that mentality, it could bring healing to a nation. It could bring healing to a race of people. The race issue is serious. It is sensitive because our people was enslaved. It is no fabrication. We cannot deny it. To deny it, we cannot deny the Holocaust. The reality is, many Bohemian preachers need to preach on, and we need to teach slavery in many churches. I only can ask. I'm just saying, we black Bohemian young men and women need to know this. They need to know our race of people was enslaved. They need to know the impact that slavery had on religion. You understand? And I'm not bashing religion. I'm not against religion, though I've said a lot of things against the church on my Facebook page and whatever, whatever, because of my. It is not because I have screens beliefs. It's because of facts. It's because what I've read, and what I've read on the internet, what I've learned personally, what I've encountered personally through preachings of Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Honorable Louis Farrakhan, and Elijah Muhammad, his teaching, and other great ministers and preachers of our time, Noel Jones, T.D. Jakes, uh, just to name a few, Dr. Janita Bynum. A lot of them help and shape my mindset and my thinking, but the reality is, such teachings is relevant. Such teaching develops your thinking and your morality. Now, now, knowing oneself in history is powerful. Knowing where your ancestors come from and how your ancestors was involved in the shaping of our history is powerful. Even in the shaping of Bohemian history, not just American history. We came from the Arawaks, Lutheran adventures. Christopher Columbus, he discovers in 1942 is very important. Uh, we must know our culture. We must know our God even before we were captured, even before we were enslaved and chained and brutally tortured and tormented and pulled away from our children. We must know who we served, what language we spoke. All these is very important in the psychological development of us as a whole, as a being, as a human being. It's very much relevant.